Bruh, wait. What do you get?
The chicken fried steak Luann platter with corn,
Lu-
curry rice. And
I remember the Luann platter.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is Luann?
I don't know.
Did you ever go to
Yeah,
Louis?
but-
Yeah, we used to go to Luby's, but
See,
I
I'm
didn't go
different.
there.
I used to get that when I was a child. Then I watched this episode of Doug.
Not Doug.
I remember Doug the cartoon.
As a child?
Yes, as a child. And he had the liver and onions episode. And they said it was disgusting on Doug. And then he tried it and he liked it. So then I went to Luby's and got the liver and onions. I've had it ever since.
Y'all, Luby's be
Luby's is
hidden.
fire.
Luby's.
You kids don't understand.
I didn't even know Luby's was still open, to be
Right,
honest.
bro.
I thought they closed all them down.
No,
They have the
this one
two
right down
open
street.
on 635 and Midway, and then one off 67.
Of course you would know. How does it feel being the youngest person in Luby's eating?
Feels great.
Yeah, because they have like a old
You
people
definitely
on
are the.
Wednesdays.
Yes. I used to go to Louis with my grandparents.
I love Luby's, y'all.
I'm gonna get that
love
discount one day.
Luby's. That senior
The
special.
senior, yep.
Y'all, I love y'all Luby's chicken fried steak. It's literally the best chicken fried steak I've ever had.
And what else do you get there? What's your favorite size, Mir? You can tell a lot
Mashed
about
potatoes.
somebody by
I
their
get the
size.
oh, the fried okra.
Oh,
I used to get the fried okra.
yeah, you hood.
Fried okra. I like the dirty rice. I like corn, even though it goes out one end. No nutritional value.
Why would you say that? It's true. Let's start the pod, bro. Yo, welcome to another episode of the Soundboard Podcast. It's your main man, Dante, and I'm here with,
This is Coop.
and with,
What's up with it? It's your boy JJ.
and our boy KJB is in the building, but he's not on the mic. And before we get to who our special guest is of the week, let me tell you about the Soundboard Podcast. We are several men in our 30s, and we do this podcast every week to answer the questions. Am I tripping? Am I wrong? Is something wrong with me? We've been a part of each other's soundboard for over 10 years,
Quite
and now
some
we
time.
are inviting you to be a part of the conversations that we have every week. Now, without further ado, is it further ado?
It's ado.
Further ado.
It's okay.
Without further ado, we have a special guest, and this special guest is someone very close to my heart. We've known each other for probably over 13 years at this point.
My sister in Luby's.
Yeah, your sister in Luby's. You heard her voice in the pre-pod. But we are here with the amazing Miriam Zahai. Everybody give it up.
Hey.
So, Miri, for those who do not know you, tell us a little bit about who Miriam is.
So, I was born and raised in Dallas. Triple D.
D-Town representative.
Always. I used to be an educator for years, and then I got into sales, and I love it.
What made you stop doing teaching?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest. This sounds very bad. Okay, so no, I'm gonna say this. I had a lot of passion for the kids. I
Right,
did.
right.
But so it's different teaching kids versus loving on kids.
Right.
And so like I loved the kids that I taught. Like we went to football games, we went out to eat on weekends, all that. But getting them disciplined and sitting down and teaching them, it was hard. So this sounds kind of bad, but
Is it real?
I mean it is real. So there just kind of became a point where I was not happy.
Okay, that's real.
I was not happy, and then I didn't want to be there anymore.
And you abandoned them kids.
Was it hard for you?
No,
Was it
don't
hard
say
for you to
that.
shift?
Don't say that. But no, for real, it kind of got to the point where I was like, y'all deserve somebody that wants to be here.
That's real.
That's real.
What did you teach? I mean, what did you teach and what grade levels did you teach when you were a teacher?
So I taught 4th and 5th English language arts, and then I taught social studies.
That's a fun age.
Yeah, social studies was a joke.
Yeah, it's easy, right?
Yeah, you just watch TV.
That's just history,
Watch
right?
movies.
I mean, yeah, and to be honest, I'm really glad that I did teach because I just saw a lot. But I felt like it also molded me.
It molded you for what?
I felt like it just kind of like, first of all, if I did not teach, I would always regret it. And two, people like seriously like, oh y'all, shout out to all the teachers because it is the most like unrecognized profession.
Oh, for sure.
Teachers need to get paid way more
For
than
sure.
what they are doing. And like there's countless hours. Like you work on the weekends, you work after work, and it's not acknowledged.
Right.
And I don't like that. Like I feel like if the teaching profession was paid more people would be teachers.
For sure.
Yeah. I wanted to be a teacher, but I didn't want to be broke.
Well,
But then I'll be watching Abbott Elementary, and I'm like, this looks like a lot of fun.
Nah, you just gotta laugh to keep from crying. When I got furloughed during the pandemic, I had applied to be a teacher, and I'm so glad that application didn't get picked.
You couldn't get the job?
So I didn't get the job. Right. I didn't get the job, but bro, I think it was something that I was doing. I had talked myself into believing, like, bro, you gonna go in there, you're gonna change the next
That's
generation. I was
That
like,
is
bro,
exactly-
I'm finna go and
Was that
do
Dead
it.
Poet Society?
Yeah, bro. I thought I was about to do it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm good.
You have to have a passion, bro.
You have to have a passion.
and passion ain't enough.
Yeah.
So you said that the pay wasn't enough. So you went from being a teacher to what?
I started getting to educational technology sales.
Okay. Is there, I don't even know what that is. Like, what are you selling?
Okay, so for the last 6 years, I sold educational materials. So you have to understand, like, every kid that's in the classroom, they have a textbook, they have some sort of software that they're working on. So I worked at iStation, and so that is what I sold. So I was still kind of connected to the school system, but making more. But I still felt like there was still a part of me that I was like, dang, I really miss this.
So, and you don't have to tell us the exact number. How significant was the amount of money from teaching into going into educational sales? Was it like a lot, or was it like, okay, this is just more?
Extravagant.
Is that what the shift was? It was financial.
Extravagant. I was tired of Sally Mae calling me. I
Yeah.
was tired of Capital One calling me.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Okay, and so you switch from teaching to sales, and now you are a saleswoman.
Yes.
This is what you do professionally. You a boss in that respect, correct?
If y'all say so.
I want to know from you,
Yes.
was it different? Because we've had a couple single guys on the episode. And so it's always important for us to get women on the show, because often you've heard us say, we don't want to speak for women.
Right.
We don't get in women's business.
We don't want to get in women's business.
Don't do that.
So I want to know, did your dating preferences change as your income went higher?
It's so interesting you ask that. It did.
It did.
It did, and I saw it affect like my last relationship.
Okay. So why did it change? So you're a teacher. Teachers making by what? 50, 60?
Child.
It depends on what you
don't
like,
know.
what you teach.
And what
Well,
district
now
you
they
went to?
went up.
Okay.
They went up. But when I was teaching, first of all, my first job, imagine, I had a 4-year degree. I was making $38,000.
Oh!
Couldn't be me.
$38,000.
And you gotta go there and deal with them kids every day.
Every day.
When I graduated UT,
Student
I was
loans?
making $38,000. And I remember I was living with my roommate, Brandy. Hey, Brand. Our rent was like...
So rent was cheaper then?
We paid $450 a piece.
Yes.
But I was...
Oh,
I,
I miss those
like me
days.
and Cool.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This is some real stuff. No, I remember going to... It was Kung Fu.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
Uptown.
the saloon.
I remember looking at I was logging into my Wells Fargo.
To make sure.
I was like, okay, can I get one more drink with a tip? I was like, just one more. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh,
So-
the struggle life. We all remember.
It was
that.
a struggle. And my parents, you have to understand, they're not from here. They're from Eritrea. So they're like, oh, good, you got degree. You make good money. No, I'm broke. As hell. Like,
So you were dating as a teacher. What was your preference in a guy as a teacher, and then what was your preference in a guy as a woman in sales? Of course, you also aged, so
Yeah.
there came maturity. But like, what was the difference between those?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was very young. This is so brutal, but it's the truth. So when I was teaching, income did not matter to me. Y'all, please
Really?
don't hate me for this.
Well, I mean,
Go.
you was low on the totem pole, so if a dude making less than you, he's working part time.
Look, I was doing odd jobs. I was babysitting. I was doing everything.
I remember that babysitting phase.
Child, I was doing everything. And it kind of sucks because once I did get in a place where I was like, okay. And like I said, it didn't get in between the relationship in a negative way from me. But I could tell that so the guy who I was dating at the time met me as a counselor, because I was a counselor too after teaching.
Okay.
And he was like, he made so much more money than I did. And I wasn't necessarily like financially stable, but in his mind, I was financially like not as stable as he was.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he was better off. And so I think there was also that like being a man type of aspect. Like, oh, I'm like I can save
Provider.
you and like
Yeah.
provide
Yeah.
you and all
Yeah.
that. So it built his ego.
He felt good.
Yeah.
But then when things changed,
you didn't need him anymore.
When you leveled up,
I don't think he liked that.
Of course not.
He had
And-
it's an ego thing.
It's
And
ego.
he did not like that. And to be honest, that's when things started to change, because it was like, anything you can do, I can do.
Oh, so he went into competition mode with you.
Yeah, everything that, like, because what he did to me didn't wow me no more.
because you could do it yourself.
It took more than money at that point.
I was just like, okay, like, but he wanted those, like, he wanted me to, like, say thank you. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Thank
But
you, Big Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
You stop calling him daddy.
look,
So but you know what's so crazy? A lot of people don't think about how money really does impact your dating and your dating preferences.
Yeah.
So now you're not wowed by the amount of money that
I'm
he's
not.
making, and now he feels some type of way, because we've talked about this. Y'all know with Strip, for a long time before we got engaged, I used to have an issue with Olivia making more money than me. And it wasn't that I didn't feel like she deserved the money. It wasn't that I didn't feel like Olivia worked hard, because she did. It was that in my mind, I felt like as a quote unquote provider, I should make more money than my woman. And I'm gonna be honest, Mary, a lot of guys don't make more money than our women counterparts. Cause y'all out here, cause y'all also out here getting degrees, stacking degrees up on the wall. Y'all working y'all way up in corporate America. And it's almost like y'all are leaving men behind.
I
a little
actually
bit.
saw this thing. It was an article. Sorry, I'm putting on my lip gloss. So I saw this article. It was like maybe a year and a half ago. It was like the people buying the most homes right now were single black women.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
And I was like, okay, girl,
So then,
black girl magic.
so
But I
then
mean,
it's-
yeah, when your income level changes, your exposure changes.
right.
It does.
So
how
your
do you-
lifestyle changes.
How do you think a man feels if he's with a woman and she already has a home, and then basically y'all get married and she like, oh, you could just move into my house?
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
Why?
I'm not gonna lie. I probably would feel more secure doing that than moving into his home.
Really?
Because it's your space or what?
Because if shit goes wrong, I can kick you out.
Not you going in with an exit plan.
I mean, it's just okay. So you have to understand too, like all of our history is who we are, right? So you have to understand, like what I've seen is very different than what you have seen and what you have seen
Right.
and what you have seen.
Right.
So it's like I've been used to, like, my dad was the breadwinner. My mama did not work. She stopped working when she had me. She probably realized this is too much. She's a different spawn. But that's what I'm used to. So it's like, I don't know if I would want a man. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I don't want to be so, it's 2022. I have to grow up, and adjust, because the times have changed.
Right.
But it's like this thing always in the back of my mind that's like, Miriam, have your backup. Miriam, have this. Miriam, have that. And I'm not gonna lie. So the guy who I'm currently dating, hopefully you don't see this. I don't want to put our money together.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I don't.
Would you say that's like solely just based off of your experiences with dating?
I want to have a backup plan. I'm very calculated when I move. And I just, the thought of doing that is scary. Like the fact that I don't have any backup plan. Like, what if we put our money together and then
Something just happens.
like what? Because people are unpredictable.
Right?
Like you don't know.
Like the coach from the
obviously-
Celtics.
Like you don't know. Because the thing is like, obviously we know like the top reasons of divorce are
Finances.
infidelity
Right.
and finances.
Right.
I don't know what the other one is, but I'm sure there's a top 3. But that scares me because it's like you like everyone's different when it comes to money. Like I'm very good. I have my weaknesses though. Like I don't buy a red bot. I don't buy no like Louis. I don't even have a Louis. Like I have nothing. But
I know it's called a Louis. I like that.
like they have all like I don't have like designer bags or anything like that. But I spend money on experiences.
Yes. You never in Dallas.
Okay. I have this last year, but then I also have my downfall too, because like when I go out and I drink, it's like shots for everybody.
But that's experience.
A little bit, a dumb experience. Because I've been waking up looking at my chase. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Right.
I really want to claim fraud sometimes, but I don't.
Yeah, that's illegal. That's illegal.
Yeah.
So okay, so I want to take it back a second.
Okay.
So when you got this new job, you moved over from teaching. What type of guys were you looking for after you started to make this new amount of money? Like, what were did your type change?
I don't know if my type actually changed. I just was more cognizant of what the guy was doing in his career.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. I have a question. So, like, you're looking kind of like, it seems like you're looking for like maybe like high caliber career type guy. Like that's kind of what you were looking at after you switched careers, right? Something like that. So last episode we were talking about Tom Brady.
Okay.
So Tom Brady basically chose to continue playing football over spending more time with his family, which a lot of people like that are in more like high powerful positions or more career focused do, right? So would you be okay dating a man if you know that you're not necessarily going to come first in his life? Like if he has a purpose, he's chasing his purpose, and you're always going to kind of be the secondary.
Would I have a problem with that? Yeah, I would.
Okay, why would that be a problem for you? Because, I mean, it sounds like, to Coop's point, women want, let me not speak for all y'all, but a lot of women want men who have reached a certain level of status or a certain level professionally, and that comes with working more hours.
Right.
That comes with traveling more. That usually comes with more responsibilities. So you want that, but then you also want to be top priority, and I don't necessarily know if that exists. If that can coexist.
It can.
Okay,
It
you
can.
speaking from experience?
Yes, because it's 2022, and ever since COVID, people can work at home. How about that?
Okay, but
Hello?
what if he works 80? I know I have a homeboy who works 70 hours a week. So
Right.
And he works from home, but he works 70 hours a week. He has worked his way up into a company, and he just works a lot of hours. And so, dating wise, he articulates off the bat, "Yo, I can date you, but I can't spend a lot of time with you because I'm over here trying to get this done." You're saying you could not date somebody like that?
Not that man. Not that man. Yeah, well, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, no.
that's
Because
a real-
you want a man with money.
That's real. So it's like there's trade-offs.
So to me, it takes like there has to be a compromise because at the end of the day, I'm gonna be very honest. Money is cool, right? Like it gives you a peace of mind. I'm not gonna lie, because I would rather be having money than being broke. Like
Right.
I'm
Yes.
tired of people calling me. I was tired of them calling me. So Sometimes I wish my phone was off. I'm like, nope, not today. Don't got it. Bye. Nope. Then they be calling my family. I'd be like, oh my god, don't pick up. But I think there has to be a balance because money is also not everything. There has to be a threshold where you're like, okay, look, I'm comfortable, I'm healthy, I'm good, and that's it. Because I don't want to be away from my family, and I don't want my future husband, wherever he is, to be away from the family too. So I think it's just a matter of compromising.
Okay.
So let us not define it for you. What is it that you're looking for then?
Yes, please.
Oh, well.
Pulls out a laundry list. Please. Please, Miri, tell us what you, as a woman who is actively dating, what are you looking for in a man?
Not only actively dating though, but like also like heavily involved in your profession.
Okay, so a nice chocolate man. No, I do want someone.
Cooper's offended.
Sorry.
It's okay, I'm married.
Look, I think I do want someone who's very ambitious, someone who is God-fearing.
What's wrong with light-skinned guys?
Nothing stuck on the point.
Okay, Chris Brown. Look, you already taken it. Someone who is ambitious, someone's very hardworking, someone who's very forgiving, God-fearing, number one. That's just the house that I was raised in. Ambitious is very important to me, and someone who gives grace. Because I always say this, like, I would rather, okay, I'm not going to cuss. I would rather you be committed to me than tell me that you love me. Because you can love me all day, but you can do things when you love me. I want you to be committed to me. That's the reason why my parents have been married for 38, 30.
Ooh, that's
They've been married for a
interesting.
long time. So, because they're committed. Do they like each other? Probably not.
But they're committed.
But they're committed.
Because my dad be like, yo, mama, da da da. And my mom be like, your dad, da da da. But okay, seriously, I do know that they love each other.
Yeah.
But they are committed.
Right. They wake up and choose each other.
Exactly. Because love ain't shit. I mean, love is cool. Love is great. You know what I'm saying? But love ain't going to make us be together forever.
Okay, so give us. Okay, so you said ambitious, God-fearing, committed, not just loving.
Love is not enough.
Right, grace-giving, because I've known you for a long time.
You
You're
gave
gonna
me
need
grace?
a whole bunch of grace.
That's everybody though.
You're gonna need
Everybody
a whole
needs
bunch
grace.
of grace. What else? What are some? Okay, better question.
Responsible.
Out of the guys you have that it did not work out for you, what were the character traits, the bad character traits that they had?
Selfishness. Because I'm very selfless.
You are. I can attest to
Yeah,
that.
you
You're a
buying
giver.
everybody shots.
Right, you're very giving. I can attest to that.
Yes, I need selflessness. Wait, you said what were the
What were the
they were
characteristics?
lacking?
Yeah, no. What were they? Like, what characteristics that they had that it did not work out? So you said that they were selfish.
Selfish. I hate throwing that word around. I hate throwing the word narcissist. But I
That's your favorite word.
No, it's
Women
not.
be saying everybody a narcissist just because a man tell you about yourself.
It's just
All of a
like,
sudden, he a
what's
narcissist.
Break that down
Okay,
for me.
so no, I didn't know what a narcissist was until I dated one.
Okay, so give us the characteristics of a narcissist.
Like I had to fill his ego all the time. One thank you wasn't enough.
No.
It wasn't. You're like, you didn't say thank you. Bro, I just said thank you about 2 times. How many times do you want me to say that? I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, I'm
I didn't have to stop by McDonald's.
I'm so irritated. Like, it was like, and when we dated, it was always like, okay, gift giving. Okay, so gift giving is not my love language either. But he would, and then it would be like, let me post you opening up this gift. Look what I got Miri.
He's trying to stunt with you.
But it's all about him.
Right.
It was, and I didn't know what narcissism was. Like I knew what the word was, but I didn't know what it was like in dating.
Right.
Until I bought the book, Disarming a Narcissist.
Okay.
Oh, they
Man, that she had to
bro.
equip herself.
When they let you women, they should have never let you women free in Barnes and Noble. Cause y'all,
write that book. But I highly recommend
I thought you were
it.
going to say she'll never let them read.
Oh no! I believe in equality.
Dante speaks for Dante.
No. Women be reading books and they be arming themselves.
That boy said they should have never let you free.
So he would love.
Meet up at the one in front of North Park. Okay.
So he was not y'all having book club. So he always wanted thank yous. He
Yes.
would do things for you that really were to make his ego big. What are some other characteristics of narcissism? Because I hear women talk about it all the time.
With like narcissism's very interesting because I feel like there's different levels to it. But in that particular moment, it was mostly that, like, gaslighting.
Okay, so what does gaslighting look like, Miri? Because
So-
y'all be saying everybody be gaslighting. What does that look like?
Look, because I've dated men and I've only called one person a narcissist. So to me, I didn't know what it was until after the fact, and I don't even know who shed light on me about this. But
Probably that book you was reading.
okay, JJ. It was, y'all. It's like it fell in my lap. But giving you a false sense of reality. Like I remember when I will never forget this. So we were supposed to go to the movies on a Friday night. And I was like, hey, like, let's go on a Saturday instead of a Friday because we work Monday through Friday. And he was like, no, let's go Friday. And I was like, oh, well, let's just do Saturday. And I said it in a very loose way because I was like, oh, one of my friends, Shay, was going to come over to see Noe because Noe was just born. And so he was like, you're a liar. You're a liar. And so I was like, wait, why am I a liar? He was like, you're a liar because you want to do things that's best for you. You want to go on a Saturday because it's best for you. And I was like, so then I sat in I literally was sitting, I was like, am I a liar? Like, did I
He had you second guessing.
No,
You
I was
considered
like,
it?
That's gaslighting.
That's gaslighting.
I was like,
Straight up
am
gaslighting.
I a liar? So I called Shay and I was like, hey, boo, I was like, are you going to come? I was like, I literally was like second guessing. I was like, nah.
He had you in your head.
I was like, nah, you good. It's Saturday. Show up or don't.
Did you show up?
No.
I left you in front of the movie.
And I watched the movie with my homegirl.
That's okay. You a better person.
Not left you in front of the
Because
movie.
you a liar.
I was like, okay, whatever.
Wow.
Okay. We begin on the men. What are some things that you've worked on through dating?
Yeah, look at
ain't
him. Stop. Look at him. Stop.
Because I mean, ultimately, your goal is your goal to be married one day?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are some things that you're working
What's
on?
wrong with you? Let me just tell you real quick, y'all. Me and Miriam's relationship, this is like my sister. So a lot of times I'm talking like this, but
Yes.
that's because we're so close. So it's all comical.
It's because I'm so rare that no one can hear me.
No. Red
Stop
flag.
that. Red flag. So I think that's a great question. Miri, that was a great question. What have you been working on in this season of singleness so that you could be prepared for ultimately the goal of marriage?
I'm perfect.
And that's the problem. Kevin, liar.
Spirit of Kevin, please.
Okay, y'all. Okay. So I'm very hardcore. I have to. What?
Stupid.
It's because you said the word hardcore. Coop's mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the things that y'all, this is number one. Y'all, I had to learn to not sweat the small stuff.
Okay.
Because
Ooh, hold on.
Yes.
we are naggers.
Yes.
Another one.
Nothing I hate more than naggers.
I hate them.
Hold on.
Y'all, because the thing is, like, I've had to learn this through Brandy, my homegirl Brandy, because I would always call Brandy and be like, he did this on social media. He liked this girl's picture. Ooh, like,
How do you even know? You a detective too?
a little bit. I'm a spy kid.
Idiot.
That because oh my gosh, like that is like the number one way.
To run a man
repel a
off?
man, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
because I'm out.
Yeah, because it's that.
So you learn not to nag, not sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, I have to like seriously like filter things out. Is it worth talking about? Is it worth bringing
Right.
up? If it's not worth bringing up, leave it alone. Like leave it alone. Even like little things like, okay, he leaves his dish in the sink. Okay, it's not that serious. Like
It's really not.
pick it up.
And if you bother,
Whatever.
you should wash it. If you're bothered by it, take credit.
I think it's just that like being able to filter through because y'all we are definitely different human beings.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, facts.
yes.
We are very, very different. And it's a matter of also like knowing who your partner is and being able to adjust to that.
Right.
Because ain't nobody perfect.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
I think there's a delicate balance though, like because if you are not trying to sweat the small stuff, I think there's a fine line between like sweeping things under the rug to where you're like harboring
Right.
things and
Right.
you'll explode, later on down the line. Because it's like, I wasn't sweating this, but then all of these little small things have become an
Add
issue
up.
now.
Right.
That is very true. So I think it's like, so I love that 72-hour rule. If
What's that?
It's like if you still feel the same way after 72 hours or 48 hours, then say something.
Oh wow, I've never heard that.
So it's like I've been kind of irritated, but I'm like, okay, don't erupt, don't say something right now. Just wait. If you still feel the same way 2 days later, 3 days later, then say something.
Okay.
Because clearly it's
bothering you, right.
If you losing sleep over it, but if it's like other stuff, let it go.
That's good. That's practical.
good.
That's
That's
practical
practical.
application right there.
I like that.
That is good. So, Mary, we know that women are typically more emotional than men. Is it difficult for you to date a guy who may not necessarily be in touch with his emotions? I asked because there was an article a couple episodes back. There was this article called "The Single Lonely Man," and they said that a lot of men will remain single because women were looking for men to be more emotional, and they were not finding that in men that they were dating. And so, is that something that you require? Has a relationship been ruined because you were dating someone and he wasn't necessarily as in touch with his emotions?
I don't want no crybaby.
Oh,
See, I told y'all.
wait. So that okay? I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming.
Look, you can't be crying all the time.
Dang. Okay. How many cries do we
Not you quoting
get?
Elvis.
How many cries do we get, Mary? Dang.
Do I want you to be in touch with your emotions? Yes. I mean, I do. I don't want you to be, like, that's kind of scary. Then that means you're a sociopath if you have no feeling. Y'all, I just watched the Jeffrey Dahmer thing. So,
Why y'all be doing that?
what?
Women are crazy, bro.
What?
They will freaking watch a series of
A little
serial
true
killers.
crime, true crime.
They'll watch a story about a woman getting killed jogging in the park or whatever, then go for a jog in the park. Women are nuts.
Y'all, I watched, okay, so me and Brandon watched the whole thing, by the way. 10 episodes an hour each. 55 minutes. We watched the whole thing yesterday. But, okay, I do want you to be in tune with your feelings because one thing I don't like is, and women do this, and I don't like it. I be telling women don't do this.
Yeah, I'll be telling them that.
I do.
She don't be checking her friends. Let me see what she's
Yes,
saying.
I do.
Because I know your friends.
What
I'ma
you be
see-
saying?
Yeah, what you be saying?
So I hate this when guys be like, hey, baby, what's wrong? Nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. Nothing. So I don't want my man to do that. If I'm like, hey, babe, what's wrong? Like, you're very, like, detached or whatever.
You'll hate me.
But what if he knows that something's wrong and if he cries, you gonna shun him?
Are you going to cry all the time?
So it's okay for him to cry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not okay?
Yeah, you can, yeah, cry.
Hold on.
No, you can
This
cry.
doesn't feel safe.
Mary,
I don't feel safe.
Mary, do you cry?
Absolutely. Every Monday. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow.
Do you cry in front of your man?
I just started to.
Wow. So you know what? So I think
I really did not.
I think it's something. So it's crazy that you kind of want somebody who's similar to you. So I asked that question because you said that you don't necessarily like men who be crying all the time, but you don't necessarily cry.
I rarely
in front
cry.
Of, you don't cry in front of your man, which I think is different because I've only seen women like get emotional.
They'll break that
no.
glass in case of emergency. Just start crying.
Just start crying.
I'm losing the argument. Let me start crying.
No, see, I don't cry much. I think I'm just more like, I don't know. It just probably is like the way I was raised. So, but I've been like, I think I've been crying a little bit more. But I don't know. I don't really cry much.
Really? So,
But when I watch movies, I cry a little bit. But I don't cry like
That's as you get
my
older.
day to day. I
yeah,
don't.
I mean, ain't nobody just out here crying day to day, are y'all?
Because I'll be like, suck this shit up, get your shit together.
So you expect a man to be like that too. So you can never date a guy who was super emotional.
Fuck no.
What do y'all want? See, that's the problem.
No, you
dudes
can't be
be dating
crying.
one of y'all be saying he don't have enough emotion. Then you break up with him. Then he go date
No,
another one,
I
and
mean,
then
you
she
crying
say
all the time.
she
I
say
feel
you crying
like-
too much.
No, if you crying too much, child, you better get up off the floor. This is too much. I can't do this. You have to hold us down. Stop crying.
I mean,
Shit. Stop crying. Get up.
I see this is a passionate subject for you.
Like, seriously, like, you cannot. Okay, it could be a little cultural thing, but showing weakness is also very hard. So I don't mind my man crying or whatever. You know, you're going to cry a little bit in the bed or whatever. That's fine. You can cry. But you ain't going to be crying all the time. You have got to get your stuff together and get up.
Are you gonna speak life into him to get up? Are you just gonna be like, dang, you still crying?
If you're crying excessively, I'm a little scared.
I mean,
Like-
that's valid.
if it's over the top,
Like, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, what is wrong with you?
I guess.
So you're looking for
Like, if you,
security.
like, okay, I've seen men, I've had men who I've dated cry over, like, a death of a grandma or a death. Like,
Oh, well,
I get
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But, one of them, he cried because he lost his job.
Okay, that's something to cry about.
Yeah, that was sad. But he, but he
And it was
was,
over.
Get another job. That was weird. Get another job.
no, because he was an a-hole. So I knew that was going to happen. You're
yeah.
going head to head with your boss.
Right.
So, but to me, it's just like, at the end of the day, it's like, so what? Get another job. Let's go get another job. Let's go. Like, I'm more like, let's go. Let's get on Indeed. Let's go on, let's go. Let's make this
Solution
happen.
oriented.
Yeah, let's go. Like, let's figure it
Wow.
out.
That makes sense.
But I feel like most men are solution oriented.
Right.
Yeah,
Most
in
men
general.
are.
But I think everybody also has to have their moment of weakness. Like, I have cried before.
You just don't want it to be excessive.
Yeah, no, not excessive. I can't
Yeah,
do
that makes sense.
that. I can't do excessive crying. Even as a girlfriend, I wouldn't want to. I'd be like, girl, what's wrong with you?
You don't want no whining, period.
But
I feel like I can't show no emotion around her.
I feel you. But I have a question for everybody. And on the show, we like to ask, like, am I tripping or are they tripping type thing. So recently, I overheard a conversation.
He messy. Look at him.
What's up?
He
So the
amped up.
conversation,
Coop got the tea.
the person was on speakerphone. Okay, so it's a
Lord.
dad, and he's talking, and he says that he's at odds with his daughter, right? Because he didn't walk her down the aisle. He didn't go to her wedding, right? But he didn't go to the wedding because she married an atheist. So he's saying that he was not able to give his child away to somebody that doesn't believe in God.
Wow.
So is he tripping for not being there for his daughter on her big day? Or is he in the right for, I guess, following his own morals?
That's tough, bro. That's tough. I'm gonna defer that to one of y'all. I got
I thought that boy was about to come with
I
it.
gotta think, bro. That's tough. 'Cause of course, you wanna be there for your daughter, but also that's like anybody that your daughter wasn't like you weren't a fan of. Can you really support that person? Like and I think it's different as a father because you are giving your daughter to this man. Essentially, you're giving your daughter to this man for him to steward over her. And if you believe in God and you trying to hand her over to an atheist, I think that would be difficult. I don't know if I could do it.
I look at it like this. I think that the situation is it's a very difficult situation to be in. Because if you're giving your daughter away, that means you are supporting what's happening, right? Like you are acknowledging and supporting it. But I think as a father who, in this particular situation, doesn't want to give his daughter away because he's an atheist, has to take a step back and think about it from a big picture. If you are not there in your daughter's life, you do not have any influence later on. So like if you are able to walk her down the aisle and vocally tell her like you don't agree with this, but you're going to be there for her because you want to emulate Christ or you want to support her in this way, you're more than likely going to be able to have some type of influence later on.
And maybe on the husband too.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Like, because you'll be in their life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Fact. So I would say like, yeah, you should show up. You should still show up.
Miriam?
I agree. I think that in that situation, I mean, you don't agree with it, but that's something that you can't replicate. That's her wedding day.
You'll
never be able to get that back.
Right.
And I mean, to be honest, that's almost unforgivable because you can't replicate that. Like, your dad not walking you down the aisle?
Yes, bro.
And by choice. Like, it ain't like he passed away or anything. He's there.
There's like, okay, forget the pictures, but I'm just saying it's like memories. You don't have that memory. You weren't there. You can't fix that.
I agree. That's why I basically said the same thing. I was like, that seems like a power move because he doesn't agree. I was like, basically, this isn't your day. That's your daughter's day. You did your job as a father. You raised your daughter. Now it's up to her to make her own decisions.
No, that's good.
Now you gotta just support her however you can.
Right.
So he can try to fix it.
He can, but I think to JJ's point, it'll be harder trying to fix it on the back end than being up front and just kind of modeling that along the way. So, Mir, I have a question for you based on that question. Could you date someone that your parents weren't fond of?
Ooh.
Or even just your family. Let's say your family. Could you date someone that your family wasn't fond of?
Y'all said I'm messy.
What? We know Dante messy.
Well, that's pretty coincidental. Who they weren't fond of?
Yeah, like if your dad was like, Mary, or your mom was like, Mary, I do not like.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna answer it because I know for a fact the person that I would marry is someone who would understand me and my family.
So that's one of the things.
It's a non-negotiable.
It's a non-negotiable for you.
Didn't you say we a gang?
Yeah. Y'all are a gang. They gotta get jumped in.
To me, it's like I know, like, oh my gosh, my mom is a lot to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's like I know my family welcomes everybody. So they do. They've never been like, oh, I don't like this person. I don't like this person. So if that was the case, it would be something on the other end.
Right.
So if they didn't like my family. And if my parents didn't like them because of something, like it has to be something that they did.
Right.
But it does mean a lot to me because, and I think everyone's kind of different, culturally speaking too, like that's important to me. That's important to me. So if you don't like my parents, you can beat rocks with no socks.
Beat rocks?
With no socks.
I never heard that one.
So, Miri, before we head out, I want to ask, do you have any questions that you wanted to ask us as men that we can answer for you today?
Sky's the limit?
Yeah. We're here to help.
Look,
even racial questions?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Do y'all think that black men are...
Say it. Say it.
Okay, do y'all... Wait, I don't know what the word is. But do y'all think that black men...
Us? Go ahead.
You think that we...
Hashtag black men don't cheat, first of all.
Wait, I don't know what the word is. Oh my gosh, I forgot. So do y'all think that y'all are loyal to black women in the dating realm?
I can only speak for myself.
Safe answer.
Safe answer.
I can only speak for myself. I'm only attracted to black women, so I wouldn't date necessarily. I've never dated outside of my race,
Right.
but in general, no.
So let's keep it a buck. I think that's a loaded question, but I do think. Let me be
Well,
clear.
you better load it up,
Let's keep it a
potato.
buck. I mean, that's a loaded question.
I think that's a loaded question. But I will say, I think a lot of black women spend more time focused on the guys that don't want black women, but there are a ton that actually want black women.
What's their names?
But this is the thing. I think y'all may
I
not
need
see.
names.
I think y'all may not see.
Put it
You know
back on
why?
them, Dante.
You know why? No, Mary, no. You asked the question, so I'm gonna give you the answer. I think a lot of y'all look past these guys because they could be geeky, make less money than you. To y'all may say, "Oh, he lame. He may not dress the way you want him to dress." But I think there are plenty of black men who would want black women, and for the ones who don't, the issue is
It's our hair. It's our hair, isn't it?
It's not the hair.
anybody can date who
Is
they
it the
want.
hair?
Anybody can date who they want to date. My issue with black men who choose to date outside of our race is they choose to talk about it publicly as if it's not preference.
Right.
So
right.
they'll try to say, "Oh, I don't date black women because black women loud and black women da 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 da."
Yeah.
And we know that's not true.
It
Like
is.
we know that's not true.
Right.
I'm a little bit, yeah.
We know that's not all the way true. But yes, I do think that there are black men who adore black women, and I think there are some women who look past him because he may not come packaged.
Yes, there
how
are
you
black
want
men.
him.
There are black men that adore black women, but I feel like the majority of black men are not necessarily loyal to black women.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot of options. Like they will go.
I know,
Bro,
Don.
it's real. You said keeping it a
You
buck.
live somewhere else.
Let's keep it in a buck, bro. I know plenty of black men that are dating
just
outside of
kidding.
their race.
Yes, but that doesn't. But I also know plenty of black men who date and marry black women.
All of us are married or engaged to black women.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, yes, you're correct, and I know other black men who are dating black women.
How many? 5?
I mean, we shooting for 100.
No, it's always like that. Hey, I have a black friend. You have 2.
But to Dante's point, we just had this conversation where we're talking about there's a whole sector, business term. There's a whole sector of black men that are different.
Right.
That I think that they would date black women, but maybe they're not necessarily attracting black women. Like we talked about, like I don't know who Donald Glover dates.
He's married to a white woman.
Okay, Key and Peele.
I think white women.
Right. So it's like they are. I'm sure they would entertain. They would date a black woman, but maybe they're not
Y'all
necessarily.
saying they weird.
They're different.
Yeah.
We are different.
Girl, he weird. Girl,
So different.
Could
He's
you-
weird.
Would you date a different type of black
An
guy?
eclectic.
Eclectic?
Look at
I
her
mean-
face. She like
Have you
thugs.
ever
Have I ever what?
dated a eclectic black man like
Who's
Donald
a little
Glover
different,
or
offbeat.
Key and Peele or Jordan Peele or whatever? See, that's the point.
You see that?
That's my point.
You
That's
see
the
that?
point.
I would.
You don't mean that. I don't even
Nah.
believe you. Cause see, what
That's
you don't
cap.
realize is your husband is somewhere he ugly.
And he's looking at comic books and
He ugly.
Hey,
Or he's short. And that's okay.
yes, y'all.
oh, he's light skinned.
He's lucky.
Are y'all projecting?
But you don't. No.
Maybe he doesn't have hair.
But you don't want him because he don't come packaged like you want him.
Tell us more.
He might wear glasses.
Tell us how you really feel.
Okay. So yes, but to JJ's point, I do believe that there are some men who are dead set on not being loyal to black women, and
Yes, because I believe. Okay, so and that's another thing about dating. I know this is not a question that was raised, but dating has sucked since social media.
okay.
really?
What's
Why so?
the challenges?
Yeah.
Okay, with these new dating apps, people are very disposable.
Yeah.
You can literally talk to someone 2 weeks, match, stop texting them. New girl's cute. Talk to her. Like it's literally like you're shopping.
Right.
Competition is higher.
Yeah. But see, you don't like competition. Get more competitive.
No, that sucks. That really that
It
sucks.
does. And it's so like,
Maybe your profile sucks.
y'all put some more stars on my stuff. No, I'm serious.
And I never experienced
Thank God. Save
social
yourself.
media.
Don't ever do it. Thank God you found
So
someone.
have you not found
I will not.
have you not found any good guys on these apps?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So
One.
It just seems too accessible. Like
It's y'all.
I could just
it
order the
sucks.
ass.
it sucks. Wow. Not ordering.
Oh man.
So it really is that bad. It's really that bad.
It is very bad. It is very bad. Like seriously, like I started it like 4 years ago, and I would go on and off and on and off. I would be on Tinder, then Bumble. I don't like that.
What about POF? What is it? POF.
What's that?
PF.
I've been on
Fish?
BLK Black.
POF.
I've been on black.
Black.
I have.
That's a.
I met this guy. What?
Go ahead.
Wait, what? Is that something else? Is
No,
that
you're good.
Don't think for the past.
is
Go
that
off.
like a
Go off,
site?
sis.
Nah, you're good.
You're
A
good.
special site? So I was on BLK. I met somebody. He was cool.
Was he like,
Why
what's
didn't
up, my
didn't
sister?
it work out? Yeah. Grand Rise,
The man,
Grand Rise,
because the man doesn't want you to know about it.
Grand Rise Queen.
To be honest, this actually happens a lot. So
Hotep.
into me.
Oh, he was too into you?
Yeah.
He was too. What y'all want?
Oh my god.
What do y'all want?
It was just like too much.
Okay, what did he do that was just too much, Mary?
So I was going on a solo trip to Mexico.
Uh huh.
And then he invited himself. I don't like that.
Safety.
Yeah.
No. And then he got mad and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, so I kept like being like, oh, like, I don't know if I'm going to go. And then he was like, oh, so you bought the ticket yet? I was like, bro, I do not want to go with you. Like, this is my solo trip.
But
like,
at
you're
least he
inviting
would-
yourself. I don't like that.
Too clingy? It was clingy?
Very clingy. Very clingy.
I can understand that. You've had a clingy
I need
woman
my space.
before.
I need a little bit of my space.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
What?
for sure.
I was like, they've had clingy women before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
for sure.
It's kind of
It's suffocating.
annoying.
Yeah,
Oh
it is.
my
It
God.
is suffocating.
Like,
It is
it's like,
suffocating.
oh, you don't love me. Like, bro, chill.
We're not
like,
that level yet either.
Like, I don't even want that level. Just
I mean,
relax.
it's just an insecurity for sure.
Right.
It's the insecurity.
Yeah, he probably. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, you are alright, but you may have been
Not
one of the.
not honest.
You may have. You may have been someone that he felt like you were out of his league, and so he tried to do everything to just show you how much he liked you.
So that's a question that I have to ask before we wrap this up because I see the clock. What is out of your league? What do y'all think is out of your league?
I'm married.
Yeah, I'm married, baby. I got no league. The jersey retired. But what is your league?
But in my dating day,
Or let me rephrase that. Do you think you dated people who were out of your league, and how did you approach that?
Oh, Olivia definitely was out of my league.
What?
From a. Let me be clear.
Why you say that?
Let me be clear. I'm a catch. But I think when
You
we
got
first
caught.
Boy, you ugly.
when we first
Not
started,
even.
my wife don't mind. But I think to a certain extent, when Olivia and I were dating, she was further along in her career. She was more like dead set in her career. She had a path where she was
Women
going.
tend to be like that, though.
Olivia had like a nice apartment. I was over here sharing a stand in the frat house.
they
Like,
shared a room.
Don't do
Is that when you had the frogs?
Don't do that.
I hated those guys.
It was turtles.
Talk about Justin.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
Justin
turtles. I hated those turtles.
But
You're a marine
I would say,
biologist.
One of them came out the water.
I would say Olivia was quote unquote out of my league.
I mean, in dating when I was younger, I didn't think anybody was out of my league.
Okay, light skin.
Facts. But Kiana was older than me, so she was more established. So she exposed me to a lot of things I wasn't exposed to.
You are bro.
Like she had her own apartment. I didn't even have an apartment yet. I had never dated a woman
Who had an apartment?
had their own spot.
That's what I'm saying.
I had never had a woman cook for me before.
Oh, wow.
Coop was dating girls, and then he got introduced to a
A
woman.
woman cooked me
Well,
some
I'm glad you
fettuccine.
snatched one. I'm glad you snatched one that be cooking because me and them don't know nothing about that.
Boy, I'll be cooking and cleaning and cleaning and cooking.
What you be cooking? What's your? Well, okay, you on a first.
Fettuccine Alfredo
Hey, don't
Texas toast
Don't
garlic
sleep.
bread.
Don't sleep.
Bye.
Okay, let's say you got
I make creamy chicken noodles. No, I'm just kidding. What?
you got a man coming
I actually
over.
love making Habesha food. So it's our people's food. I love making the stew.
That's
I love.
cool.
I love it.
Can you make that little bread that you supposed to
And
tear
Jedi?
apart and
And Jada,
Oh, y'all. I'll be getting
Are
that from the.
you know the language.
I love Jada.
Slap this man.
Jada's my favorite.
This dude.
so throw it.
Y'all, I cannot.
So, Mary, out of your league, do you feel like you date a lot of guys who feel like you're out of their league?
Somebody's told me that before.
That you date guys out of that you're.
He
out
said that. He was like, I feel like I'm out of your league. And that did kind of hit. I was like, dang, like, why'd you say that? Like, that made me feel some type of way. I did.
I know a lot of
I
of
was like,
women.
did I make you feel that way? Like, but I didn't. But it did kind of like
You know what the
touch a
it puts
a,
on
touch
the
on a-
pedestal.
a common thing that I hear from a lot of women in my circle is that a lot of men are intimidated by them.
Yeah,
And that's because they're a boss woman. Like they are doing well, they're successful, they're making money, they got degrees. Like y'all are doing y'all's thing, and it's an intimidating factor for a lot of men.
Yeah, because I do. Okay, so I seriously do believe that despite what anybody says, money is tied to ego when it comes to a man.
I can
Oh,
see y'all
definitely.
for sure.
A man wants to be able to be like the provider, and like it's something that it does for him. Because I always feel like if a man is not in the place in life where he's financially stable, he's not confident.
I can see that for sure.
And so that it's very hard to me, I think, being like a man who's not there yet to date somebody because you always have those insecurities.
Right.
So once you do, it's like, okay, like I feel good now. So I do think it's tough. I think we need to give y'all grace.
Yep. But they ain't listening to that. They
They ain't trying to hear
No,
that.
gonna cut the
do.
podcast off on that.
So I know I'm working on it.
So, Mary, you got one more question you can ask us as men. What would that question be?
How'd y'all know she was the one?
The real question is,
What?
why did I pick her?
I can answer mine.
Players get
get-
chose.
So how did y'all know she was the one?
I'm about to say I can answer that.
Go ahead.
I really just could not live.
Yeah, cool.
I'm sorry, cool. I'm trying to get mine out first.
Go ahead.
I wanted my wife to know I was excited to answer this question. Just the thought of living life without her, I
Made you
did not
sick.
like. I didn't like that thought, bro. I really didn't. And it's easy to like be like, oh, okay, somebody be in your life one day, be gone the next day, and you like, oh, it is what it is. But I really just could not deal with the thought of not having Olivia in my life. I didn't like what that life looked like, and that's what prompted me to go back and get her.
That's good. That's pretty decent.
Got something good like that?
Mine just goes back to kind of what like Pat said on the bachelor party episode. I recognized all my best moments were with Key. Like I had the most fun with her. We had the best conversation. It was always fun. Like of course you argue and stuff, but
Right.
all my highest highs was always with her. So then I'm like, why would I not want that forever? You know what I mean?
Right, that's good.
For me, everything just kind of happened.
He's not married yet, so
Y'all give this man a break. Y'all give this
The disrespect.
So when you do your taxes, what you put?
We're sorry, JJ.
Just go
We're
ahead.
sorry,
Go
JJ.
ahead.
How
Go
did you
ahead,
know? How did you know?
Disrespect.
Y'all, he's new.
How did you know your fiance was the one?
Disrespect.
Could be me.
Y'all get
Ring J gang.
Tell us, JJ.
Everything just came natural, really. So like, it just kind of evolved naturally. So one, just like hanging out, kind of somewhat similar to what Coop said, like hanging out with her, the accountability was there. She helped me in a lot of different ways. I feel like I was a better person. I grew. We were challenging each other. So it wasn't just like a yes, no type of, agreeable type of situation. It was like, oh, you pursuing your own thing, I'm pursuing my own thing. We both have a lot in common, but we are pushing each other to be better.
That's good.
So it wasn't just like a in the moment type of thing. It was like, yo, I can see life. And I'm actually excited to do life with you.
That's good.
And so that just kind of made that decision easy.
Yeah.
That's good.
One day that'll happen for me.
Mary, but I will tell you this: do not romanticize marriage.
Don't.
I realize that a lot of single people romanticize
They're both
marriage.
insane. You've met our parents. You've met
Yeah,
our
for sure. And I just tell people, bro.
crazy.
I just tell people.
They're like
Mary's parents.
What they say?
they're always yelling at us. Like
do
in our
be
house, I was
yelling.
like, yeah,
yeah.
like it was just like always. I'm like, okay.
And that's why Miriam loud as she is.
Oh no, Brandy even tells us, she was like, dang, y'all watching TV loud as heck, girl, because our family was like, it was loud.
I'm just saying, man. Don't romanticize. It is a beautiful thing, but it can also be very ghetto sometimes.
I'm gonna wait.
So I'm just saying, don't romanticize it. It is a beautiful thing, but I think people see the good parts and they be like, "Oh my gosh, marriage is amazing." And I'm also like, there are downsides. Like,
It is.
Like you are still two individual people coming together.
So that's what I really
With different preferences and
That's
stuff.
what I want. Just for the
What?
just to say that. So I don't. Okay. And then we're gonna wrap it up. Sorry. So
you're
I don't
good.
believe
You're
in
good.
codependency, and
facts.
that's like a big thing for me. Like I hate when someone's like, "I can't live without you." Boy, you better. You better, because I like. So I've been asked this like 2 or 3 times, and I'll tell you different occasions. But anyways, it was like, "What's your idea of marriage?" Clearly, I'm not married. Y'all probably know more. Not
They
you.
do.
Not JJ.
They
you.
do.
But,
It's all good. It's all good.
but I never want to get married and like you like don't do what you want to do anymore.
Right.
Like do what you want to
Like
do.
I become your life.
Like it should be 2 separate people coming together and like being able to like compromise and then also like be able to like what's the word? Not compromise.
You need to coexist, but don't be codependent.
I guess like yeah, coexisting, but don't lose who you are.
Right. Because that's what makes you guys love each other.
Like if you want to do something, like here's the thing. If like for example, if you want to watch, I don't know, I'm just putting stuff out there. You like anime. I don't like anime. But if you want to watch anime, I will make an effort to watch it with you. But if I genuinely don't like it, it's okay for us to be in 2 different rooms and you watch what
Right.
you want to watch. And I don't expect you to watch Lifetime with me.
can't stand
Yeah,
this
yeah.
all sounds so good.
That's
Why you single?
Y'all know.
bro. If anybody's been with me or been around me and Key, that is us.
Yeah, it should be like-
we are 2
that's
very
good.
different people. You
Yeah.
might see me out without her. You'll see her out without
But
me.
it's okay.
It's good, bro.
You should not lose yourself.
No.
Right.
In a marriage, that's where things get wrong, I feel like.
Yup.
Because it's like you completely lose who you are, and that's very detrimental.
You know?
It is.
It's very detrimental.
It is. Miri, we've laughed. We've joked. We ain't cried because you don't like that. But we have had a great episode. We want to thank you for being a part of
Thank y'all.
Soundboard. Everybody get up for Miri.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
So, Miri,
Thank y'all so much.
you single. This ain't that Bumble app. But tell people where they can find you in case they want to shoot they shot on IG.
46927.
Just
Okay,
your
I'm
Instagram.
lying. I'm lying. I was gonna say 2-1. Okay, it's Moments with Miri. So please add me.
At Moments with Miri. That's MIRI, right?
Or tag her also.
Yeah, and we'll tag.
And thank y'all so
That would
much,
be the
y'all.
best
They're the
route to go.
best. I'm gonna keep supporting this. I love y'all.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
we love
We
you
love
too,
you too.
I
man.
love y'all.
Hey, guys, thank you for tapping into another episode of the Soundboard Podcast. Remember, if you're listening to this on Spotify or if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please go and leave us a rating as well as a review. And also follow us on Instagram at the Soundboard Podcast. It's your main man, Dante. You can follow me at Dante Speaks Life. That's DONTAE Speaks Life.
And it's your boy JJ, and you can follow me at _Jeremy J.
You can find me at thisiscoop_.
And we out.
Peace.